Guys, what we're going to do today, besides peel out those VXL stickers, we're going to take this rally car, which is it is a Shorty Slayer, narrow armed, that I converted into a rally car. And what we're going to do, we're going to pull out the 3.3 with the easy start, and we're going to make it a bump start motor. So we're going to put that Nova 24 in there, which is the T6, the off-road engine. I got a couple other engines out here, and I'll show you why. But what we've got is we've got the big block conversion kit from Traxxas. I got one already open. I actually got a reverse kit, which I'm not going to do that today. I got a bump box for a Revo. I got pretty much everything we're going to need today to get this thing done. Oh, and the cookies, well, Mama gave him clothes, so he kind of needs it. Every dog needs treats. So, all right, guys, let me get you set up. We're going to get started on this project. Guys, what I got my hands on is the 5360X, which is the Traxxas Revo Big Block Conversion Kit. And guys, wait till you see what we get into this kit. But let's talk about cost. So this kit is literally $55. And what you get in that kit is way more than $55 worth of stuff if you tried to piece all this stuff out, which you probably couldn't, because it's pretty much, how would you say, Traxxas exclusive. So guys, this is what you get for $55 in your 5360X Revo Big Block Conversion Kit. What you're going to get is you're going to get the motor mount, you're going to get the bracket for your throttle linkage, this is a support mount for your right side, you're going to get a 40mm flywheel versus the 36 that's on there, bigger flywheel because you're going to bump start this thing. It comes with all your necessary adapters to adapt the Traxxas clutch to basically any big block with an SG shaft. And then it comes with a forward-only conversion kit, which is funny because this has already got a forward-only transmission, and I'm going to put reverse in it. We're not going to do that today, but we are going to do it. All right, guys, so here's the application chart. And what it's basically saying is that not all engine crankcases are exactly alike. The Big Block Conversion Kit was designed to provide a drop-in fit for traditional OS-style big block engines with SG-style crankshafts, not the IPS that a Traxxas has. Now basically what it's saying as far as drop-in goes, your Dynamite Mach 26 will drop in, your OS VZB 21 drops in, you've got some notes on the Nova Top Rex, the Pico 21 Max, the Serio S27, the T-Moran WAS 26, but yet it says the T-Moran WAS 28 is a bolt-in. And then you look at the footnotes. Footnote 1, no modifications, so which means that basically, if you have an OS engine, you should have no issues. The rest of them are just kind of like you need to grind something to make them fit, which is kind of funny on these because the engine we're going to put in is this Nova 24. And this mount, you can do anything you want with it. Now, I do have a brand new, if I don't drop it too hard, a brand new Dynamite Mach 26. We're not going to use that because, well, I really like that engine, but not for this car. I'm looking for a little bit RPM. Now it says the Pro 21, that it says right here, will not fit Pro 21. So here's an Arts and Entertainment Pro 21. And besides, this is a pull start motor. Somebody converted it over to drill start. It looks like it'll fit, but I don't know. But let's get cracking on this job. All right, guys, let's go ahead and blow this motor out. And to show you this thing is, in fact, a runner. I mean, this thing actually runs good. That is a brand new 3.3. But we're going to go ahead and pop this engine out. Do that pretty simple. Get on your throttle bracket. Pop off your return spring. It's bolted in. It ain't going nowhere. Now, what I've been doing on these things, guys, pulling the entire throttle arm off, taking your little bracket off here, or your little adapter, and just screwing it back into the servo horn so it don't go anywhere. After that, get your pressure tube off, get the tube off your carburetor, throw your pressure tube off to the side, put your pressure tube back on. That way you're not going to leak fuel all over the place. Now we are going to take this exhaust with us because we got something cool going on. It gives you a header, and because it gives you a header, I have this beautiful brand new R exhaust. I got this thing from Ricardo up in Orlando. You can see it's marked $45.09 from Out of Control Hobbies, but that is the header we're going to put on it. Then we're going to go ahead, we're going to take our easy start harness off, because guess what? Yeah, we're not going to have easy start anymore. And just lay all this stuff off to the side, because some of this stuff is going to go back on, like this body mount bracket. That's going to be part of what I'm going to use. When we run this car today, it's not going to have a body on it because I'm still waiting on some more body posts. It turns out the front posts that I use were off of a Losi LMT10. You know, the monster trucks. Once you get that done, grab your big T. There's a cradle mount down here, and just go ahead and get that whole thing out of there. Pull that bolt out. You're going to reuse this thing, so don't lose it. So on the bottom, you've got that bolt on the back, and that's where this big ball-headed T comes in handy. These things, I got them on Amazon, or I got it, and guys, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't broke it yet, and I've been kind of rude to it. You figure the ball would have snapped off a while ago, and it did not. Once you get that done, your front mount is kind of a floating mount. It's not bolted down. It just kind of wedges onto the front of the rear bulkhead. Loosen these two. Trust me on this one. That will come into play when you're going to try to put those little friction washers back in there. Which, you know, not everybody does. But okay, so once you got that, rotate your motor up a little bit. Hey, look at that. Both of our friction washers are there. And that's why this bracket slides, so you can get them in. So engine is out. Now guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a couple minutes and I'm going to swap out these shocks to GTRs from the, I don't even know if these are Ultras, but if you look at it, you've got one plastic bodied shock, you've got three. I'm not going to go through that while the engine's out, where I can get to these shocks real easy. I'm going to go ahead and pop those things out. So I'll be back in a few when those are done. All right guys, so I got the GTRs in. Got the whites in the back, blues in the front. I went with 40 weight in the front, 50 weight in the rear, and guys, this thing, it feels so nice. It's just doing the thing. All right, so let's get this out of the way. Let's start getting this Nova built. All right, guys, first thing we're gonna do with the old engine, we're gonna gently take the easy start off. We're just gonna lay it out to the side. I'm not gonna disconnect that wire because we have to harvest our little teeny tiny throttle wire, or our, not throttle wire, our throttle bracket. That will be reused. So once you get that piece out, take all this, just lay it out to the side. We will figure out where we're going to do with it later. Oh yeah, guys, we also have to harvest our clutch bell and bearings off of this thing. Now, this motor, I think I broke it in and never actually put tires on the ground, but we're not going to need anything else off of this. Flywheel's can stay on, the clutch nut's going to stay on. Again, just lay her off to the side. All right, guys, so one thing you might have to harvest off of that clutch is the bevel cone, because I have spares, so I didn't have to, but if not, you're gonna have to reuse the one that actually came off of your old engine. If it doesn't want to push on, guys, just split a little bit and it will. It will eventually go where it's supposed to be. Okay. You have a new 40mm flywheel. They do give you a new clutch nut itself. So what I'm going to do with this thing is I'm just going to kind of get her on there. Now this one is slathered in Loctite. So that being said, get her torqued down, get your clutch holder on there, get her tightened down. Another thing, guys, you're gonna have to watch out for, which I'm just noticing, I have to rotate my carburetor just a little bit because I'm actually caught on that clutch. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I got all the clearance I need between my carburetor and my flywheel as far as my idle adjustment. Grab your Traxxas clutch. And I know this seems kind of counterproductive to use all this Traxxas stuff, but I want to use this particular kit. Okay, from here, make sure your bearing and spacer's in there. But my spacer fell off. It's just a little washer. And then look at your bottom. You got good clearance. Actually, we're going to go ahead and take that spacer off because we got a pretty good gap between that clutch bell and the flywheel. And I think with this thing, don't hold me to it, but I think we're going to need all the engagement we need. Yeah, now, I don't know. Let me see if you can actually see that, but I got about a 1 millimeter gap. From there, put a spacer. They give you a brass spacer just like a Savage 25. You're gonna hold that up, you're gonna look. So I got a little bit too much gap there. So behind that spacer, we're gonna try 2 more shims. Spacer back on, and we are flush. All right, I'm gonna grab a nut for the end of this thing, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so all in it took 3 shims, nothing behind the back bearing, but 3 under the brass spacer, and she is perfect. There's just, I mean, you could just barely feel a little bit of play in there, but she is perfect. All right, let's move on to the motor mounts. All right, guys, I got the motor mount all in. I got my linkage in. The linkage was a trip. I had to swap out the carburetor because, where is that Nova carb? You need a longer tip on the end of your carburetor, and the Nova is tiny, and it's a weird size. I went through about, I don't know, 200 carburetors, and I could not find anything. So anyway, I got that straightened out. I wound up figuring out how to make the brackets work, which was basically I used one of the throttle brackets as a spacer, the other one I had to move it out a little bit. And then Viola engine fits right in. So let me go and get that thing bolted in, guys, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, so there she is. Engine's in. Mesh is good. I got to charge that battery. That battery's almost dead inside this receiver box, but she's got brakes. She's got full throttle, so let's go and get the exhaust on. All right, guys, so I got the motor, the engine warmed up. I got this beautiful RC Willpower bump box, specifically for a Revo. It's got that ridiculous deal on the top of it. Got everything lined up. I tested it on a bare chassis with no engine, anything, just to get everything lined up. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, it actually worked out pretty good. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna give it a little tickle, and we're gonna fire her up. By tickle, I'm not gonna try to plug up the exhaust and flow some fuel. We're just gonna get her running the way she is. Give her just a little teeny tiny bit. Let's see if she'll make some noise. You on there, bud? Guys, so not bad idle. I still got to charge the receiver pack on her, but the engine's in. We're not going to break her in. This is just getting everything running today, so be right back. Guys, I give to you the Nova 25, sorry, the Nova 24 T6 off-road engine, backplated, bump box. Guys, this is going to be a nasty rally car when it's all said and done. What we got left to do, got to get an air filter for it, we got to put the roll bar back on it, and we got to figure out the body mounting system. We're not going to run it today. I thought we were going to, but of course it's raining because it's Florida. But the idea is, guys, I want to get this thing tires on the ground, let her make some noise, and see how much better it is than a 21 TM. Now guys, before I end this video, I just want to give a special shout out. So I'm breaking this thing in on VP 30%. I got this fuel from my buddy Juan Cruz. Juan Cruz he lives over on the west coast of Florida. He's not doing health-wise, and I just want to say, Juan, I absolutely love you, and I wish you the best. But listen, guys, I will see you on the next one.